Yeah, it's the hard part, not being a degen. It's that no one telling you. Let's see, I'm on. Okay, got 8 seconds left. Alright, I'm gonna enter this one. If it holds. Alright, I'm in.
Order filled.
I'm probably gonna go a little bit tighter though on my
Order
stop
filled.
loss.
Order submitted.
Let's see. Yeah, I think something like this. Possibly to start with. Nice, nice. Alright, let's see. Let's see what price wants to do. Leave my
Order
TPs up
submitted.
here for the moment. Possibly could trail at 50%. We'll see. See what price action wants to do. See if we just don't absolutely flip. I mean, the A setups are usually the best. Like, just from the data, like they just tend to work. They have the highest win rate. I mean, they could fail obviously, but this would be like about 100 points. Yeah, I mean, that's like the I guess like kind of the tricky part is like depending on when you start, like the results. I wouldn't say can vary, but like if you start off on a good run, like there's been times I think January we won like 12 straight wins in a row, like just going to TP. I mean that's when you cruise. That's when you can cruise through an eval, you know, or when you're funded. But then if, like when we go to the rough patches, like because every strategy is gonna have a rough patch. That's just how price is. And it's like if you start there and it's like, oh, you're just kind of like going back and forth. Yeah, I always say like the evals are, they're just evals. You just have them kind of just cruising. It's when you're funded, it's like I saw all all the pressure. You're like, oh, it's real money. You start to, I think it's when you can make a lot of bad decisions on funded. Especially if you like have, because like for me, like I kind of like I have to flip my mindset as like, oh, I'm in a eval. I can risk more. I can it's not like the end of the world if I blow it. It's time and money, it sucks. But for when you're funded, it's like all that time that you did doing the eval, and then then you're like trying to get a payout, then you're like you blow it, just bad day. Tends to suck. Done that many times. I think the worst one, I think I had two accounts $600 away from payout, and I went full degen because I can't remember the reason why. I think I don't know, I just went full degen and then end up blowing them. That's when I was like, oh, okay, I need to reevaluate this. I had a really good month. Like I was like, I think I got to like 20. I was already at 2,000 like in like a week and a half or something like that. Like I was just, and I was like, I guess I got in my head like, oh man, I'm so good at trading. I'm so good at trading. And then I got humbled, and then I couldn't take it, and my psychology went out the door. I'm like, I'm gonna keep trading. I can make it back. And then nope, got chopped. And then looking back at I went back and looked at the day, and I was just like, oh yeah, this makes no sense why I took any of these trades. I was just doing it out of like frustration and emotion. Oh, so I think what's so bad about that is like you enter a trade, and then as soon as it goes red, you're like, oh, I'm out. And then it like you just lost, whatever amount, and the trade would have probably played out if you would have given it an actual trade, like if you had a stop loss, you had a TP, you actually had the okay, I'm gonna give it time to breathe. That's what always would kill me. Like I would enter, and as soon as it would red, I'm like, then I would click, I would click it and I'd get back in, and then basically I'm just like burning through my drawdown. That's why like I only trade like I can trade other things. Like I do know that like I have other concepts that I can trade, but I like this because it's like very rules based. I understand like, okay, this is my, you know, this is where my stop loss should be. This is where my TP should be. I can let it play out. Yep. Yep, I know what you mean. Yeah, that can always be the tough part, is like getting out, because it's like you can be like kind of like, you know, trigger happy, you're like, you know, you're ready to get out, or you're like, I'm gonna give it more room, I'm gonna give more room because it can go higher, and then it just reverses on you, then you just like gave back half your profits if you just would have left your TP right where it was. Yeah, it's always those things. It's always like the woulda, coulda, shoulda thing, but it's like kind of can't think like that. Kind of, you make a decision, you kind of like, okay, that was my decision. I made that decision. You know, I gotta accept it. Two, it's just like gotta move on. The more you dwell on it, it's just like your decision making is gonna go. But that's the other thing, is like there's a mental fatigue with trading. Like usually, like, you know, your best trades come in the beginning, like once, like, because you're mentally like fully there. But as you trade more, like say you take multiple trades, your mental fatigue, it starts to build up, and then so you start, you know, making poor decisions because it's like you're not as fully concentrated as you were like maybe on that first trade or second trade, and then you start just making sloppy decisions. Yeah, no, it definitely helps. It definitely helps. But it also, like, say like you're in a trade, right? And then you go to break even or something, and then like it also, there's like the emotional aspect of it. Now you're like, oh man, if I would have did this, I would have made all this money. And then you're like kind of like, oh, I need to find the next trade. So then that becomes like an emotional trade. Like the next trade becomes emotional. So it's like you can't really get emotionally attached. Yeah, there's a lot of like stuff, and like that's what they say. Like trading will show you who you really are, because like all your emotions will come out at like while trading. That's why they say like lawyers and doctors, really intelligent people. I'm not saying like other people aren't intelligent that are not doctors and lawyers, but that's what they say. Like they make really bad traders because they're not used to being wrong. They like to be right. I've read a bunch of like books, not a bunch. I've read a couple of books on trading and psychology, like trading within, like psychology within trading. Yeah, that's the thing. Like it's best to learn, because everyone trades differently. Everyone's like totally different, like mentally and emotionally. So it just finds out like I could trade this way, like the way I trade, but like it would benefit your psychology and the way you trade to trade a little bit differently. Like you can still use the same concepts, but like say like I need to like for you, it's like I need to go to break even at 50%. Like I have to, like, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Or you're just like, you know what, I like to do, like, I don't like TP1, I want to go to TP2, but I'll trail, or, you know, however you want to do it. That's completely fine too. Like the indicator is just a guideline of like, this is the data, this is what it's showing, this is the possibility. How you interpret it or how you manage it is, you know, everyone's different. Yeah, that's kind of like the thing. They always say like kind of like, you know, the gambling aspect. That's a really hard, like, it's if you have a gambler's mindset. Like I'm not like I don't ever been to a casino. I buy lottery tickets once in a while for fun, because I did that when I was a kid with my family. That was like kind of like a family thing. They would just buy one and I would scratch it for them, so I kind of like do that once in a while. But like I buy like $2 ones. I'll buy them like once every couple months. But I've never been to a casino. I don't know how to play poker. I know how to play like spades, but like I've never been I've never been. I mean, I've definitely gambled on the charts. Like that's a little bit different though. But yeah, I've never been a gambler myself. I mean, okay, that's actually not true. I would gamble in pool, but that's because I had an edge. I knew who I was playing, and I was a good pool player, or am. So that's a little bit different. But it was never like high stakes. It was like, you know, you know, $50 for like 3 games or something. Race to 5 for like whatever, like a beer or something. Yeah, price action like is very important, I think. Well, at least to me, it's just the way I trade. I like structure. I like seeing. I do use fair value gaps. I do use certain concepts. So I do use that, you know, to see like what price is gonna do, or not gonna do, but price what potentially could do, or what it was like, what it's looking like. But yeah, I think price action for me it helps me out a lot. But there's some days price action doesn't mean anything. Like there's been days where like it just like you could have like a super bullish candle, then a super, you know, then like a doji, or a, you know, just a big wick, and then comes back down and just literally just, you know, I don't know how to read that. It's just, you know, when it starts barcoding, it's just like in clean price act or clean charts, when it's a clean move and it's like price action is king. But then when it's like messy and like it doesn't make sense, you're like trying to read it and you're like, okay, price is telling me to do, it's gonna want to go up, it's, you know, it's rejecting, it's, you know, going bullish, and then next candle just versus all of that, and like, okay, so maybe it is coming down. So yeah, it's just it's just, you know, it's one of those things to just. Then I tried learning like all the patterns and everything, and then it's like same thing. Like some days, like it's like, okay, we're having this kind of pattern, and then it just does whatever it wants. So it's like, well, I was wrong there. But for me, it's like price action and key levels. Those are like, yeah, pretty much liquidity. Yep. And it happens to everyone. Everyone becomes liquidity at some point. It's like you're not a trader until you've been like, you just been full liquidity. And then like, you know, it's basically you just get taken out and then boom, move happens. Yeah, like I like price action. Like most days I like price action. Like when it's clean, I can like, when it starts getting messy, then I'm like, okay, it's not a price action day. It's just gonna be choppy, just kind of, you know, deal with it. But key levels are like, especially like when I was making this indicator and then testing it and stuff, like I started realizing how important key levels are, because just with the backtested data, like how often it would hit these certain key levels, like how important round numbers are, like round numbers, support, like, well, support and resistance, obviously, you know, those are always good, but like just certain levels, I was like, oh, that's, or like previous day high, previous day low. Because it was always like targets, but like with this, it just kind of put everything in perspective. See, okay, so like this would be like a candidate if we got to 50% to break even, like at 50%, and then I would feel like, okay, I would feel better about it because it's right in your orb. So it's like this, I like this, I would like, you know, I would be okay with like if it did come back down, or if I took off like 50% out at 50, took half off at 50%, and then went break even, and then it's like, okay, I can either get a retest or a re-entry if it came back that far. Yeah, cause I like these. I like when they're like not super far out of I mean, they like, it's kind of like the weaker ones, I would say. Like you could say like because they just barely poked out, but I like them when they're not like super high. Like when they're super high, it's just like more of a pain. Cause then if you have a retest, then you're gonna be in some drawdown. What is? I'm just curious.
Order submitted.
130 high. What's whole TP? 500. I don't know, I'm debating this right now. Like for me, it's like this would be like a good, if this would be like a good risk right here. Not 100% if I'm gonna do 50% yet, but it could be something. Have you updated the? Have you updated the indicator? 1, update the indicator. 2, are you using the strategy? Are you using the indicator? Are you using both? I think that's why. Well, not why, but they both need to be. Check if they need to be both updated. Yeah, because the white text is from the, I think the backtester or the automated one. That, or there's probably a setting that needs to be adjusted, but if you refresh it, it should be. Oh, a picture? Oh, okay, hold on. Hold on, I think I can fix that real quick. Okay, you should be able to do it now. Whoa. Is it like a 250 EMA? And then you got a channel, and then support and resistance zone, and then I'm guessing a bigger channel? That's what those purple or those yellow lines are. Yeah, price is moving pretty slow. Oh, off that channel. Because what, we're about 30 points up. And about 55 points, so we need what, 20? I will take. I'll take one. I'll take one off by 50%. Probably trail after that. Just want to see how this moves. Yeah, we're about 40. We need about 5 more points. Just need 10 more points. 10 more points. Secure about 500 and kind of see what happens from there. Go to break even. I think I might go risk free. Pretty close to 50%. Probably just go to break even. Don't need to have any risk on the table. Yeah, because of once we get to 50%, it might just be a grind up there. Yeah, we're about 50 points into profit. I mean, there's no risk, no reason to go. You know, let it come back. Like I said, where the breakout is here, it's like if it does come back, there is possible re-entry. Like it should be a lot more easier, you know, to get a re-entry. But I mean, 50 points. If we come back, 50 points. I mean, we'll see. That could, you know, see if that's the move or. Does it say, hold on. On the side, does it say points? Does it have like numbers here? Like, I'll have to look into it a bit. Let's see, US 100 CFD. Because it should work with CFDs, I believe. Because if it doesn't, because that one could be using, if it's using ticks, that could be the issue. I'll have to look. Yeah, I'll after the stream I can double check though to make sure, see what's going on. Yeah, because there's for CFD, it's a little bit different when it comes to CFDs, futures, and well, Forex, obviously. And just also make sure it's updated as well. Let me double check. Oh, prices are just moving so slow. Alright, see if we can continue. See if we start losing volume, might get out a little early. We'll see. Let's see if this breaks this high here. Okay, we don't want, here we go. There we go. Alright. So close to 50% now. About 10 points. Ooh, that sucks. Right, I was just like right on the verge of it. Like 10 points and having trouble. Yeah, that's when the nerves kick in. You're like, do I close it? Do I take it? Do I just let price play out? How long have we been in this trade? Like 40 minutes. 40 minutes for 50 points. It's crazy. Oh, technically 60. Damn. That's heartbreaking. Wow, yeah, it sucks. Damn, that sucks. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Yeah. Yeah, I might get out. See what this does. It's got 10 seconds. That's unfortunate. Very nice, very nice. Yep. Yeah, I'm out.
Order filled. Order canceled. Order canceled.
About to pull up. Still a good trade. I think it still can go. There you go. I just didn't want to give too much back. Yeah, see if it might still keep going. I don't see why like it could still go. I just don't want to give too much back. Who's still in the trade? There you go. Yeah, see, now it's moving. Very nice, very nice. That's good, yeah. It's a good trade. See what price does. Yeah, if it closes green, it's a good sign. No, this trade's still good. I mean, yeah, I don't know why it should work for that one. If it worked before, nothing should change. Let me see. US one. Well, I'm on Capital One, and it's showing everything normal. Not normal, but I mean, it's showing a little bit different. Yeah, this could be just a pullback. Yeah, it looks like it's there's a little pullback here. Yeah, I don't know, it's weird. I'll have to look into that because this is showing on my chart today's trade. Yeah, there we go. If it breaks the high, it has a really good chance of pushing. Oops. There you go. Yeah, if this pushes up, it's gonna be good, I think. Yeah, there it goes. The only thing I like is the volume's a little bit low, but looks like it can cruise. Yeah, I'll have to look into the why it's doing that. Like, yeah, because I checked it on US 100 Capital One, and it showed it fine. It's a little bit different, but it's like I said, already showed it hit 50%. Yeah, see if it breaks the high. There you go. Looks like it's probably hit the 50%. See if we can get there. There we go. Looks like we're gonna probably hit that 50% now. See if we can get there. There we go. Looks like we're about to hit 50%. Man, this is struggling. There we go. Oh, 50% just got hit. Yeah, we hit 50%. Very nice. Yep. Yeah. These are like pretty fresh, so I didn't want to give too much back early on. If I had a little bit more on the accounts, that would have been good. To hold a little more. Is anyone still in? Yeah, this would be definitely a good play. Just like go break even and just like let it ride. Very nice, very nice. Reaction at that 50%. Yeah, I'm out. Yeah, I got out. I actually got out. Should have stayed in. Should have probably just taken one contract off, but I just wanted to at least get some profit in. Probably should have held a little more, but yeah. Yeah, price action just moving real slow. Yeah, see if this price gonna stall, is it gonna come back retest, or is it gonna fall in reverse, or we're just gonna get a deep pullback. Many plays here. Looks like Scout is actually working correctly now. Been messing with it. It actually said, yeah, I got the breakout, I got the 50%. So those two are working. Just these are fresh accounts, so I already gave. I didn't want to get back too much. I had a little bit more like buffer in them. But just the way I tried. It was already like up. I already gave back like 100. Should have like, what I should have done was just like put one contract and then possibly get out and then have one at break even. Yeah, so since like I'm trailing, if I was up and then it came back and tapped me out, I still lose that on my drawdown. So I would have lost $200 on my drawdown. So I was just like, let me just at least secure something. So like for instance, if I would have taken like my stop, if I would have taken a full stop loss, I would have lost whatever I was risking. So it would have been like 300 something plus the 200. So I would have actually lost $500. So right now I'm trying to beat the trailing drawdown, so that's why I'm just taking what I can get. So it coming down like really far is, you know, right now it's not good. Once I get these accounts to 26 or 20, I think 26 or something like that, my trailing drawdown stops. And these three accounts, I just got them out of drawdown. This one's fresh. Yeah, in reality, I would probably left like, I would have hit this and probably would have been, if it goes to break even, I would have lost. I would have like, not lost, but I would have just left 200 on the table. Yeah, see, do we get a retest? What do we do here? Yeah, let's see what price action does. Ooh. Yeah, see if we retest orb. Or if we're not gonna get the continuation. Yeah, see, I would have been tapped out anyways. I just missed out like on $200. It's like we're rejecting an orb here. That would have been a nice re-entry right there if I could have gotten out, getting at the entry. Do like the re-entry here, but if it pulls too far away, then I gotta do anything. Yeah, near this retest would have been good. I see price coming down a little bit more. If I were to take a re-entry, yeah, I missed my entry. Yeah, I missed the entry. See if it breaks through this fair value gap here. See if it holds. Yeah, I'm probably just either gonna wait or I don't want to jump onto anything right now. Yeah, I missed my entry. Yeah, if it inverses this for value gap, it's a good sign. I just saw my entry all the way up here. Is anyone still in this trade? Yeah, price wants to go. It's a good sign. It's a good sign. Yeah, I'm just gonna sit on my hands for this one. I didn't get the entry I wanted, so I'm just gonna let it play out. Yeah, there he goes. Yeah, I should have entered like somewhere down here, anywhere else. But yeah, it's good. Good that it could just keep going. Already moved 30 points, pretty good. Yeah, if it can close strong, I think yeah, this has a good chance. Continuation here. Yeah, just price is just moving so slow. There it goes. There it goes. There we go. Yeah. Good break and retest. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, if we could break this high, I think we can keep going. Already got 50 points. Pretty good. There you go. Look at that. Very nice. Hit that 50% again. I'll hop in for one.
Order filled.
Make a little
Order
quick
submitted.
scalp here. Maybe it doesn't just reject off here.
Order submitted. Yeah, I was trying to get this pump up. Let's see if it was there.
Alright, let's see if the 50% holds. Oh, we just don't get like some type of flip. Let's see, once you get to like about 50-ish bucks, you'll probably just go break even. About 30 points. Yeah, for sure, for sure, for sure. Shoulda entered down here where my stop loss is. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. There we go. Might even trail this one. Probably go to break even pretty soon. Yeah. I feel you. Yeah, I waited way too long to enter this one. Yeah, let's see how this one closes. Alright, let's see if we break this high. Alright, we don't want to see a double top here. We're gonna see a push through. There we go. There we go, broke that high. Alright, I'm going risk free. See if we push TP1. Probably just trail maybe behind a candle or something. About 40 points. Yeah, price is struggling. Alright, see if we can break a high again. Oh, I'm just a little weak on this candle. What's everyone up to? Why are you just sitting there? There we go. Broke those highs. What is this? Yeah, we'll see. I think TP1 should be good. I just want to see how price reacts at TP1. It's creeping up there. Need like one good pump. Maybe two. Let's save this candle. Hopefully we don't get any aggressive red candles. Yeah, just we're getting some good pumps, but still keep an eye on that volume. If price starts like reversing aggressively, then I'll just take my money and just be done. Can only end this day in profit, so it's good. that's not what I want to see. Due for a pullback. About 25 points to TP1. Oh, wow. That was crazy. Just gonna keep doing that. Damn, he almost wicked TP1. See if we can get like a, hopefully a decent like strong close here. $10 points away from TP1 when it peaked. Alright, almost TP1. Almost there. Like 5 points. Come on. Wow. I want to see it blast through TP1. That's what I want to see. It is a round number, so just keep that in mind. Yeah, I got my finger on the trigger. Possibly just depending how this candle reacts. There we go. TP1 about to get hit. I want to see it blast through it. Let me know if I need a hold or not. So do we get the push? Do we get the push? Alright, TP1 looks like it might have gotten hit. I'm out.
Order filled.
I don't need to hold this.
Order cancelled.
TP1 I think was hit. I'm good for the day. Honestly. I am good. I guess TP1 wasn't hit? I don't know, it's like right on the line. I'm good for that. Yeah, $800 day, I'm good. Wait, what? Let's see. Is it gonna break through TP1? There we go. TP1. Hit. Yep, so we hit TP1. Very nice trade, guys. Very nice trade. Very clean to the top. Wallpaper do I have? Oh, it's Harley Quinn. Very nice.